So y'all love it when a brother is broke, when a brother only got $15 to his name to create the best player, the best lineup, and so on and so forth. Well, today we're trying to build a challenge with $15. I understand that probably don't make sense to you, and trust me, I'm gonna break it down to you. So our boy Kenny Memes, it's an entire Instagram page dedicated to memes about me and this channel. So shout out to the dedicated people out there. Basically just put it in a story, and I follow the page because I think it's great. And well, he put together a challenge. We have $15 to build the rules for today's challenge. As always, be sure to leave a like on the video. Sundays are fun days. I always say it like that. And let's try to break some records. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to break some records. Link in the description to the My Career series and the reaction. Another 3 in 1 day. If you know, you know. All right. He says, Kenny never uses my stuff, but I thought I'd give it a shot. I'm sorry. It's the first time of everything, and this is the first time, okay? So he has it broken down to the couple different things. We have the draft, assets, difficulty, challenge, and the goal of the video. I think those are 5 fantastic, and I mean fantastic categories to break it up to. So in the draft, for $5, I get to draft my own team. That's a lot of money. But it's very rare that I get to draft my own team. Y'all know if I'm doing the draft, then you can guarantee me a championship because I know what I like and I know what it takes to win. For $4, you get to choose your pick. Now, I don't know if he means like, hey, I can make myself at the first pick. Or he means that my first pick, no matter what our number is, if we have the 20th overall pick, I get to choose the player we start off with. And then we have the regular draft, which is our assistant GM. Then we have, you have to pick the 10th best player for your first pick. Now, that's a dangerous one because if we end up with the 30th overall pick and I still have to go down 10 different things to get my best player, trash. I'm going to try to stay away from that one. And for $1, randomly generate a player for your first pick. And that's not fun because we're not going to get no Dwayne Neals. We're going to mess around and get a Clyde Waters if we accidentally generate our player. So I think the one I'm going to go with is a $4 option. I'm spending a little bit of money right now. And the way this is going to work is if I have the number 5 pick, instead of telling my assistant GM who to pick, I'm going to select the first player and then let the rest of the roster be built by my assistant GM. That is $4 well spent if you ask me. Now let's get to the assets. For $5, you start with 2 additional first-round picks. And when it comes to getting assets and flipping them, 2 additional first-round picks can be beautiful. But it's expensive. For $4, you can start with Alec Burks. Alec Burks is the most valuable player in 2K. If you know, you know. For $3, you get no additional assets. It means that you start with your first-round picks, your second-round picks, and that's it. $2, you lose your 2020 first-round pick. The first-round pick is always the most valuable one, so that's an L. And then for $1, you lose your youngest player and the first-round pick. Now, the last 2 sound disgusting, so I'm going to stay away from those. And I think we're going to just go with an even kill $3 option. No additional assets. It's a normal rebuild for us. No additional assets. Then the difficulty. Now, if you do not know, for reference, when I create videos, I have everything at 50. Sim difficulty, trade difficulty, all of that is 50. So for $5, we can lower it to 45, which means that it's going to be easier to win a championship. For $4, we can lower it to 48. For $3, we keep it at 50. We stick to what we have. For $2, we put it up to 52. And then for $1, we put it up to 55. Now, again, I've done nothing but 50 sim difficulty. And I think I can still rebuild a good team if the sim difficulty is over 50. So what I think I'm going to do is spend $2 here and put it up to 52. Because how much of a difference is 2 sim difficulty really gonna matter? You know what I'm saying? How much is it really gonna matter? So for reference, we have $4 spent, $3 spent, $2 spent. Doing some quick math, that is $9 total, leaving us with easy math, $6 left. The challenge. For $5, there's no challenge. There's no additional challenge. For $4, no team intel. For $3, no trade finder. That's tough. For $2, no picks and trades. And then for $1, 3-minute rebuild, which means that once we complete our first trade, I only have 3 total minutes. 3 total minutes to do as many trades as possible. And once that timer is up, no matter what our team is looking like, it is over with. We only have $6 remaining. So I have to go budget here, obviously. And I think I have to do a 3-minute rebuild. In past 2Ks, I've done 5-minute rebuilds before. Exceeded on some. You know what I'm saying? I failed others. 3 minutes is a different monster. That's a real challenge. And what's a KOT4Q video without a challenge? So I'm going to spend $1 here, leaving us with $5 for the goal. And for $5, I'm gonna just accept 1 championship. We get out of the video with 1 championship. It's over with. It's done. And that is my $15 spent. Now what I have to do is just go back to make sure I did my math right. So give me a second. Yeah, so my math is correct. $15 well spent. Shout out again to the Kenny Memes account. I'll put the link in the description if you want to follow. It should be a fire rebuild. Only 3 minutes after our first trade to get things done. Okay, so our settings are all set. Sounds kind of redundant, but you get what I'm saying. 52. I don't think it's going to be that much different. And we get to pick our first pick. So let's make sure that we get a team with a top 10 pick. I'm closing my eyes. And we're going to stop in 3, in 2, in 1. In today's video, we're using the Phoenix Suns. Now, what number pick will the Phoenix Suns end up with? Is it top 10? It's number 11. I wanted top 10. I got number 11. I'm cool with that. And I get to pick who we decide to get. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So, again, we only get to select our first pick. The rest of the team is built by our assistant GM. So, we have to make sure this first pick is the best pick. And honestly, I think I may be going Kyrie Irving. Because the other guys around are the top centers in the league. Embiid, Jokic, Karl-Anthony Towns. And honestly, I think the center position is pretty easy to fill out in 2K. I could just trade for Drummond, Clint Capella, Bam Adebayo. You know what I'm saying? I got so many options at center and be valuable. The point guard position, Kyrie Irving can do that for us. 42 badges. 42. Oh, Paul George is 42 as well. But I'm going with Kyrie Irving. Now, the rest of my team is built by my assistant GM. And we'll leave it at that. We'll see what type of team they put together. Hopefully, 2K doesn't crash. And that's exactly what it did. So I'll be right back. And the more I think about it, how do we do this now? Because it crashed in the middle of my draft. Okay, so now I fixed it. We still had the 11th pick. I still took Kyrie Irving. And we're just going to keep it going. Let's see who else is on our team. We have Vio, Wiggs, Davis Bertans, JaVale McGee, Chris Boucher, Bismack Biyombo, the legend himself, Busy. All right. Dion Waiters, Kevin Porter Jr., Chris Clemens, and Justin Jackson. Okay, so we have some young pieces here that I think would be interesting. Wiggs is going to have some good trade value. He's only 24. I still consider him a young piece, even though he's basically been in the league since he was like 18. I still consider him a young piece. Chris Clemens is pretty young, 2-star value. Oh, man. And you remember, we only have 3 minutes. So actually, let me get me a timer ready. The timer does not actually start until after the first trade is done. Keep that in mind. So what I have to do is make sure that first trade that we do is the most impactful trade. That is a trade that's going to get us another star to play with alongside Kyrie Irving. So now let's go to Team Intel and try to see which team has a piece that we can pair perfectly with Kyrie. Now what you're about to see me do is scramble. Once that timer starts, I'm sorry if I'm moving too fast with my words or anything like that, because the pressure really gets on once that timer starts. So I'm going to try to trade for Paul George. He's a player we could have drafted, but I think it'd be cool if we just traded for him. So you give us back DJ Wilson. And now we just throw in picks, and hopefully that pick is super valuable. We maybe get this deal done. And just like the 3-minute timer started, and now we just fill out the rest of the roster with players that I believe work. Like right here, Hassan Whiteside, Eric Bledsoe, that's cool. This is gonna be fast, y'all. I'm in overdrive mode because I need to pick the right trades. And Hassan Whiteside is not the right trade, but I did see Brandon Ingram. He can run our small forward, get Evan Fournier in that deal too. And just like that, we only have 2.5 minutes to go. Evan Fournier is getting flipped alongside Jerome Robinson. Yeah. So get us a center. I see Vucevic. Not Vucevic. That was Valanciunas. You see what I mean? I'm trying to go fast and find the right trades. We don't have time to build our own. So we just got to continue to just accept trades on the fly. I got Karis LeVert to bring him to the team. Who else is on this team? Busy. I love Busy right now, but his contract is too massive. And with 2 minutes to go, we need to pair that alongside to get a power forward that we trust. And I see Bojan. That's cool. Kelly Oubre's cool. But none of these trades are matching what we looking for. All right, no big deal, no big deal. What if I threw Yusuf Nurkic back in the trade finder. I know I'm crazy, but Yusuf Nurkic back in the trade finder. 1.5 minutes to go. DeMar DeRozan, we don't really need that. Do we do this trade? John Collins. John Collins is coming to the team, and now we have to get a center. And the way we get our center is trade him Busy in the first. Again, a center position is one that I believe that you could just find somebody that fits it. You know what I'm saying? Jakob Poeltl. Is Jakob Poeltl the best center available in these trades? Jared Allen. Jared Allen's going to have to be the guy, unless I see something else. Jared Allen has to be our guy. The Fro is coming to the team to be our anchor. Right now, our team is looking good at the start at 5. Even our bench is actually looking pretty good too. We only got a minute left. We need to find another point guard that we trust. Because right now we have Chris Clemens and Short King stand up and all. But he ain't really that. Monte Morris, I could trade him for another Short King that I do trust. And that is Isaiah Thomas. Like literally 1 minute left now. I think I'll jump the gun a little bit. You know what? I can kind of slow down. I like what our team is looking like. But I'm still going to try to get assets and flip them. Paul George. Let's see what I could get for Paul George. Hassan Whiteside, Devin Booker, and Valanciunas. Jimmy Butler. None of these trades look good. Okay, we have enough time for like one more trade. Let me quickly see what we need. Point guard position is good. Shooting guard is good. Small forward is not. Backup small forward. 30 seconds left. Backup small forward with 30 seconds left. This is about to be a buzzer beater. We throw in Justin Jackson. We throw you Shannon Brown. 30 seconds left. Backup small forward. Justin Holiday. 23 seconds of Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson, the first round pick. Listen, this first round pick is about to come in clutch. I got 20 seconds to turn it into something. Karis LeVert in his first round pick. 14 seconds. We need another backup shooting guard that's better. Can we find one? Derrick Rose. With 7 seconds to spare, that's the end of my rebuild. Go ahead and let the timer go. Oh, man. Derrick Rose is my new backup shooting guard. Beautiful. All right, so after every trade, we're looking like Kyrie, Paul George, Brandon Ingram, John Collins, and JaVale McGee. I'm going to start. You know what? I will start JaVale McGee for the veteran leadership. You know what I'm saying? What's my hair doing? Then off the bench, we have Derrick Rose, Jared Allen. Davis Bertans is one of the few people to stick onto this team through all of those trades. And then we also have Isaiah Thomas. I think instead of Dion Waiters, I'm going to give Kyle Anderson these minutes because that's why we traded for him, to be a backup small forward. I like our team. Is it perfect? Of course not. But I think it works. Let's see what type of system fits our guys. Balance does work. Perimeter, center space, and pace. I'm sorry, Monty Williams, but you're probably going to have to get fired. I have 3 all-star caliber players on the team, and then John Collins, of course, is the up-and-coming player. Now, let's see what this 52 sim difficulty looks like, and is it going to be really rough? I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because we can't make any more trades. But, I mean, we're starting off pretty good. Who did they bring onto the team? They brought in Milos Teodosic and Evan Turner. Neither of those guys are going to get minutes. Okay, so we start off the season 5-2. Let's see how this goes. I mean, I'm going to go to the trade deadline again. We can't even make trades, so it doesn't really matter. But it seems like the guys don't... It doesn't matter that's a 52 sim difficulty. At least not in the regular season. We're still doing good. Oh. Okay. Oh. Wow. So that just quickly changed. That's fine, though. We're still a playoff team, and when the playoffs come around, we have Kyrie Irving, a playoff performer. JaVale McGee's NBA champion. You know? But there we go. We're stacking up the W's again. We just went through a low, rough spot, but now we're stacking the W's back up. And that's all we care about. Getting as many W's as possible, getting the higher seed, because home court advantage will be a necessity in the playoffs. 55 wins for the guys, which is good. All things considered, Rashawn Holmes, 6th man of the year, Kawhi defense player, most improved, went to Luka. Coach of the year went to Mike Malone. So we are not the best team in the league over here in Phoenix. We didn't have an all-NBA player either. Chris Middleton, shout out to him, makes an all-NBA team, average of 23, 50, 40, 90 club. Looking good, Chris Middleton. I see you. But we do have Paul George on the all-defensive first team, which is beautiful for us. I'm glad I traded for him. We had Victor Oladipo. And honestly, what we could have done is just kept Victor Oladipo at the shooting guard position and move, you know what I'm saying? And then just move Paul George to the small forward. Because Victor Oladipo just had an amazing season. 24 points per game, 4 assists, 4.5 rebounds. Shot it good. And then he also was an all-defensive player. So, you know, there's a couple different things that could have happened. But again, we were on a 3-minute rebuild. Just like that, I had to switch myself to the other side. So we were on a 3-minute rebuild. So I didn't really have time to really think things completely through in those 3 minutes. But Kyrie led us in scoring. He should have made an all-NBA team, averaging 25 and 7, 50, 40, 90 club. You should have been in MVP conversations. Paul George was 21, Brandon Ingram 15, Derrick Rose about 14 off the bench. Good percentages. John Collins does his thing. And then the rest is here if you are wondering. Evan Turner did not miss a single shot this season or a single free throw. Perfect from the field. Kyle Anderson, I brought him into the team to play, but I guess he didn't. Oh, Dion Waiters got those minutes. I guess I did normalize the minutes. First round, I'm going against the Houston Rockets, who have Kevin Durant, Brandon Clark, Marvin Bagley. They win game 1. We win game 2. Oh, man. I am so used to, like, sweeping teams. That like when any team gives me any run, I'm kind of anxious. But here is the sim difficulty coming to account. Are we going to lose in the first round? There's no way we're going to lose in the first round, right, boys? Come on, man. Everybody on our starting 5 is on fire. How? And we're losing games. Simcasting it. Simcasting it. Don't do me like this, boys. And we're losing by double digits. We're losing by double digits. And we got eliminated in the first round. Nice. That is nice. Well. That sucks. Team that went on to win the championship is Damian Lillard's team. Now what? Now what? Because the challenge was to win the championship and we didn't. So technically the video is not over. Do we do another 3-minute on the fly rebuild? Right? We bring all of our pieces back. We bring all of our pieces back, and then we do a second rebuild in 3 minutes. I think that's the only explanation. That's the only thing we can do. Because we need to stick by the goal. We need to stick by the goal. We need to stick by the rules. We need to do all of that stuff. So, JaVale McGee declined. I'm going to try to bring back everybody that I can, but if people are declining options, they're going to sign other places. That's not in my control. Brandon Ingram is going to get a contract offer. Davis Bertans is not interested in re-signing, so we won't bring him back. But we're going to, of course, not renounce Brandon Ingram. No. We're matching that. Along with Isaiah Thomas, I guess. So we weren't able to bring back everybody. Isaiah Thomas went somewhere else. Davis Bertans went somewhere else. But we do have the core guys still intact. JaVale McGee went somewhere else too. So we actually lost a decent amount of people that were in our rotation. So it's the same situation though. Once we get to the regular season, what the heck I do? Once the first trade is done, another 3-minute timer starts, and then we rebuild this team on the fly. What do we do? What do we need? An upgrade at center is probably the first thing that comes to mind. So let's try to figure that out. Another timer is set. Brandon Ingram is, of course, a great up-and-coming player. But we're going to trade him with CJ McCollum, then eventually move Paul George to the small forward. We need a little bit more scoring. Then we also needed a bench point guard because right now our backup point guard is Raul Neto. Not really going to cut it. And then the last thing we have to do in these 3 minutes once the timer starts is somehow upgrade our center and get our bench going because our bench is really bad. So, deal done. Timer started. Okay, and you know what? I don't think there's going to be a need for a lot of different trades, right? So I can kind of take my time here. I don't feel like we're going to need to do anything super spectacular. See Wendell Carter, but that's not that much of an upgrade from what we already have. Now we could take a shot in the, oh, nope, Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson's a guy. He's an 86 overall. He protects the paint. Right now our lineup is looking like this. CJ McCollum's going to actually start for us. We need to get a backup small forward. We need backup wings. That's the next thing on the agenda is to get backup wings. Hernan Gomez is on the team now, which is cool. DJ Wilson is younger and hopefully can help us bring in backup wings. I see Justin Holiday. He's always a guy that I always notice. Kevin Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. is the guy we started off with in the start of this video, and we traded him away in one of the very first trades, but now he's a 77 overall. He's good enough to play rotational minutes for our championship team. So he's going to do that. Make it a, I don't even think we need all the other time, bro. I'm going to make Paul George a small forward. His overall is going to go up. Our team is looking like this. They want to start D Rose. We're going to start CJ instead. D Rose is looking good, though. He's an 88 overall at the moment. Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, what we could do, I'm going to try something else. We got a minute and a half, so we might as well experiment. Kevin Porter Jr. And we don't have any more picks. I thought we had at least one more second. Kevin Porter Jr. We could bring in Monte Morris and Tyler Hero. I like that trade. And what I'm thinking is we make Spencer Dinwiddie a small forward and look for a new point guard. Oh, Larry Marketing. Hold on. Who's our backup power forward? We don't have one. What type of season did Larry Marketing have? He averaged 12 points per game. He looked bad. Never mind. I think if we're going for overall depth, we have to go with this trade. Minute to go. So we're going to have to do that trade, make Spencer Dinwiddie a small forward, and he'll be our backup small forward instead of our backup point guard, and his overall goes up even. And then now our team is looking like this. And I think this is better. Tyler Hero may get flipped. Hold on. We got 50 seconds left. Tyler Hero's cool, and I actually really like Tyler Hero as an up-and-coming player. But if I can get a better... Oh, my God. De'Aaron Fox? Hold on. Is there going to be a better center here that we can trust? 40 seconds left. I can kind of take my time here. But Clint Capella. Clint Capella is going to be our starting center now. Mitchell Robinson is going to come off our bench. Simple. Simple deals. And just like that, we've built the best team in the league. We only need a 9-man rotation. I'm stopping the timer. We don't need the remaining 30 seconds. If this team doesn't win a championship, even with the increased difficulty, I don't know what team will. Season is wrapped. Luka goes back-to-back. TJ McConnell wins 6th Man of the Year. Kawhi, Robert Williams, and then Coach of the Year went to us. We won 68 games. 68 games. That's the best we've had. So that's good. That's signs of championship caliber teams. So we are the Phoenix Suns. Do we have any All-NBA players? Phoenix, no, we don't. Defensive team. Where's Paul George? Dang, Paul George fell off. I did see Philly had 3 rookies in a rotation this season. That's tough. Oh, actually, these guys weren't even in a rotation. They were just there, and they got an all-rookie team just from existing, and the game crashed. Literally, the game crashed. First round, we are going against the Portland Trail Blazers. They have Lonzo, Dante DiVincenzo, Chris Middleton, Bam Adebayo, Nazir Little. Nice little squad there. Got nice defense. Nice defense. Let's shorten our rotation now. Let's make sure we win this. Derrick Rose averaged 16 points per game. I guess he ended up getting a start over CJ McCollum. Yeah, he started majority of the games this season. 23 points per game for Kyrie Irving. The man barely missed any free throws this year, which is beautiful. Paul George averages 18.5. John Collins puts up 15. Clint Capella puts up 12 and 13. Nice there. Off the bench, CJ averages 15. I don't know how that doesn't beat out TJ McConnell's 8 points per game, but apparently it doesn't. Mitchell Robinson does his thing as always. Spencer Dinwiddie puts up 12. Monte Morris is not in the rotation anymore, but it's part of the game. You understand? So the first round, like I mentioned, Portland. Please don't lose in the first round this time around, boys. And we get out of there to go against the Sacramento Kings, who have Luka. Facing Luka in the second round. I need all of your energy. We're up 2-1. There it is. All right, now we're going against Dallas, who have Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine, DeAndre Hunter, Robert Covington, and JaVale McGee. We made a trade with these boys earlier. Oh, no. JaVale McGee signed there. We didn't trade JaVale McGee away. 3-2 series us. One more game. Please just win this game. No game 7s. And we get to the championship to go against the Knicks, who have Kyle Lowry, Jrue Holiday, Josh Okogie, Giannis, and Bam Adebayo. Talk about a defensive lineup, man. Talk about a defensive lineup. We have more firepower, but they have Giannis. So we'll see how things go. Game 1 is a win for the Suns, and we win by double digits. Giannis only puts up 17. He got the clamps put on him. Shout out to our bigs. Game 2 is a win. This time around, Giannis has a better game, but it still doesn't matter because we have the most well-rounded roster in the NBA. Almost everybody that touched the floor for us put up double digits. Almost. 9 points for Mitchell Robinson. Game number 3 is a win. It looked like we're going to win this challenge, boys. Giannis tried to do his thing again, but Kyrie, finals performer, CJ off the bench puts up 19. And let's close out this series right here. And we do. Kyrie wins finals MVP. And in the last game, we beat them by over 40. Kyrie, come on, dog. All right, it took us 2 seasons, but the championship has been won. Shout out to Kenny Memes again. I'm always looking for more $15 challenges. So whether you want to make one or you see one you like, send them my way, man. I'm always looking out for them. All right? Thank y'all so much for watching. Peace.